place, it took me only one trip to bring my stuff upstairs. Well, Charlie said, surveying my room, I hope you still like red. I nodded. Charlie nodded and walked out. The greatest thing about Charlie is... he doesn't hover. I unpacked my things and set my summer photo on my dresser. It was a picture of me, Roxas Hayner Pensant Olette. We were at the beach that day. Luckily for me, it was cloudy, but it was the perfect weather nonetheless. There was something weird that happened when I went into the sun, which is why I preferred cloudy places. And there was a reason I was so distant from my family, because whenever I smelled... "Hey, Link," my voice said, breaking me from my thoughts. I turned and saw Bella in my doorway. She stepped in and examined my room. Her eyes fell on my dresser. "You probably miss them, don't you?" she smiled. "I can call them," I said quietly. She shook her head. "You only wanted to come here so you could stay out of the sun?" My eyes narrowed. "What's it to you?" She looked hurt and slightly taken aback. "Just worried about my big brother." She turned on her heel and walked out of my room. I sighed and sat on the edge of my bed. I need to control myself. I don't want to go through that horror again. I picked up my small mirror and held it up to my face, and what I saw made me inspect closer. See, he doesn't gasp or, like, twitch or anything. He just inspects. I don't know if even, like, the most analytical of detectives was that... I just don't get it. My eyes! Instead of the piercing blue gaze, they were a muddled black. Weird, I muttered. I tossed the mirror aside and laid down on my bed. For 2 hours I couldn't think of anything to do. I didn't need sleep, so I walked out to go sit in the twilight. That always calmed me for some reason. I loved to watch the orange light mingle with the pink and purples. The back door opened and Bella stepped out. "Dinner!" Bella said. "All right," I grumbled. I walked into the house and sat down at the table. Bella had made some fish and pork. I picked at it and ate only a small portion. That was another problem. I didn't had need for the daily human nourishment. I considered myself something else, but I didn't know what. Over dinner, Charlie talked about the truck he bought from an old friend named Billy. After we all finished dinner, I said good night and walked up to my room. I sat on my bed waiting. I looked at my clock. 10:30 p.m. I waited another hour before I started at the window. I sat on the roof looking at the moon. I sighed. If anyone discovers my problem, I don't know what I would do. Would anyone accept what I am? For the millionth time, I laid down on the roof and watched the stars dance across the night sky. I closed my eyes and awaited the morning twilight. Except it's actually called morning, but whatever, we won't hold it against you much. Chapter 3. "Hey, Link!" I heard someone yell. I sat up, as I had been up all night, and I didn't feel the slightest bit tired. Which, of course, would be why you, from your writing style, sounds like you were dozing. I climbed back in my room, and Bella was in the doorway. "Up all night again?" she asked. "You know I don't need sleep. Time for school," Bella said as she disappeared in the hallway. School, for some reason, is capitalized. I don't know why. I sighed, closing the door and pulling off my shirt. I looked in the mirror. Same as always, slightly muscled. Oh my gosh, his muscles didn't atrophy while he was not sleeping. Wow! But more differently, I looked pale. Weird, I muttered. I walked out of my room with a towel on my shoulder and jumped in the shower to wash the morning dew off me. After I was done, I pulled out a fresh t-shirt and pulled it on. After quickly changing into new jeans, I grabbed my jean jacket and quickly made my way to the dining room. Charlie was gone, but he left a note. "Lincoln Bella, if you go outside, there is something for you to. Sorry I couldn't be here to say goodbye. Have a good day at school. Hope you like your homecoming gifts. Charlie. Huh. Looks like Charlie has left us something outside, I said. Gifts? I thought. What? Bella asked. But I didn't hear her. I walked outside and saw a red-orange truck and a silver Chevrolet Corvette out in the driveway. Wow, I murmured, surprised. Charlie didn't have to do this. I heard a gasp behind me, and out of the corner of my eye I saw Bella break into a run towards the truck. I love it! She shrieked with joy. I smiled and shook my head. I stepped into the car and saw the keys in the ignition. Looking in the glove box, I noticed it was a 2003 to 2005 year model. Wow, wonder where Charlie got this. I turned the key and listened to the motor run. Backing up, I started towards the high school, with Bella following close behind. Please don't let her be in an accident, I prayed.